The art of presence, the power of the unspoken compliment. Most men destroy attraction the moment they open their mouths. They believe words will create connection, when in truth, careless words destroy it. Compliments, meant to impress, often have the opposite effect. They expose insecurity. They reveal a man reaching outward for approval instead of standing firm in his own gravity. Telling a woman she's beautiful? She's heard it countless times since her teenage years. Telling her she's gorgeous? That's the echo of 1,000 other voices, all blending into the same predictable noise. What most men never understand is this: compliments rarely create attraction. Presence does. A man's words carry weight only when they're rooted in strength, when they come from self-assurance rather than need. The difference is subtle but unmistakable. Weak compliments seek validation. Powerful ones reflect awareness. The former say, "Please like me." The latter say, "I see you." The most magnetic compliments are not about flattery at all. They are reflections of insight, glimpses into a person's essence. They stir curiosity, awaken emotion, and leave an impression that lasts. They are forbidden because they challenge convention. Society teaches men to be polite, safe, agreeable. But safety never creates passion. Presence does. 1. You're trouble, aren't you? This line isn't about teasing, it's about perception. When said with composure, it communicates recognition. It tells her, "I see the edge behind your charm." Every woman carries both grace and mischief. Few men acknowledge the second. When you calmly say, "You're trouble, aren't you?" you're not flattering her, you're challenging her to reveal more. Psychologically, this works because identity is magnetic. When you assign someone an identity, trouble, mystery, fire, they often feel drawn to live up to it. A confident man doesn't chase, he defines. He doesn't worship beauty, he sees depth. That's what this line conveys: quiet discernment and strength of frame. 2. You've got a dangerous smile. This compliment transforms a common observation into something meaningful. You're not talking about her teeth or lips, you're recognizing the effect she has. It tells her smile isn't just pleasant, it's disarming, powerful, and memorable. Most men describe beauty. Few acknowledge impact. By saying, "You've got a dangerous smile," you shift focus from appearance to influence. You tell her her presence alters the room, that her charm carries consequence. Delivered with calm certainty, this compliment reverses the dynamic. You're not the admirer, you're the observer who notices how easily she could unravel your composure and still choose to stay composed. 3. I like the way your mind works. The rarest compliment is one that reaches beyond the surface. When you tell a woman, "I like the way your mind works," you're doing something most men never attempt, valuing intellect and insight over beauty. In a world that constantly objectifies, true recognition feels revolutionary. It says, "I'm paying attention." It shows that you're not impressed by appearance alone, but by the architecture of her thoughts, how she connects ideas, how she sees the world. That recognition creates intimacy. It makes her feel seen in a way that compliments on looks never can. Physical attraction captures the eye. Mental connection captures the soul. 4. You've got a fire in you. This is not a compliment about energy, it's a statement about essence. To say, "You've got a fire in you," is to acknowledge passion, drive, and depth. It's a recognition of her intensity, the kind that scares most men away. But where others retreat, the grounded man stands firm. He doesn't try to control or tame her fire, he respects it. That respect communicates strength. It says, "I can meet your energy without losing mine." Psychologically, this line validates a woman's vitality, the part of her that burns brightly yet often goes unseen. When you name it, you give her permission to express it more fully. And that expression creates connection. 5. You make chaos look good. Every person carries contradictions, moments of emotion, spontaneity, and unpredictability. Most men try to smooth that chaos out, to make it manageable. But attraction doesn't live in predictability, it thrives in tension. When you tell a woman, "You make chaos look good," you're not criticizing her, you're accepting her humanity. You're saying, "I see your complexity, and I admire it." That kind of acceptance is powerful because it removes judgment. This compliment reframes volatility as beauty, not something to fix, but something to appreciate. And in that acceptance, you become the calm center she can trust. 6. You feel like trouble I'd risk. This one demands mastery of tone. It's not a pickup line, it's a confession of awareness. You're admitting that she tempts you, but not that she controls you. The distinction is crucial. To say, you feel like trouble I'd risk, is to acknowledge attraction while retaining sovereignty. It suggests choice, not surrender. It's the difference between being pulled and stepping forward willingly. Psychologically, it balances danger and control, two forces that define masculine presence. It signals strength wrapped in desire, the ability to engage fully without losing yourself. 7. You've got a presence that lingers. This final compliment transcends the moment. It tells her she leaves an imprint, not just physically, but emotionally and energetically. You've got a presence that lingers means she resonates, that something about her remains even in absence. Every woman wants to feel unforgettable. When you acknowledge that lingering quality, you give her a sense of permanence, that she's not just seen, but remembered. Delivered calmly, with sincerity, this line leaves a mark. It's not an attempt to charm. It's an observation spoken by someone who feels deeply but doesn't need to announce it. The core principle: presence over flattery. These aren't lines. They're reflections of awareness. They work only when delivered from grounded presence, when your words emerge from stillness, not performance. Most men compliment to gain favor. The strong man observes first, speaks last, and means what he says. His words have weight because he doesn't throw them carelessly. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." The same is true for attraction. Shallow words create shallow connections. Genuine presence creates depth that lingers long after the moment ends. So, stop praising beauty like everyone else. Speak less, perceive more. Let your compliments be rare, deliberate, and honest. Because the man who truly sees, not just looks, is the man no one forgets.